Alright, so in this video we will be talking about the database system. Actually, we are starting it from the very basic or scratch. Um, so in this video today or this live stream, we will be discussing about the database system, like the kind of introduction, and there are like two different methods for storing data. One is the old way, and another is the modern way or the new way. So we will first of all discuss the old way so that we know what was the problem in that one, and then we will talk about the new one and see how it fixed the old problems, right? So let's go with this first introduction. When organization need to store and manage data, they have two fundamental approaches. As I said, they have two approaches to store data. One is the file system, this is the old approach, and another is the database system, this is the modern or new approach. So we will first talk about this one. Yeah, let's just start that. Before databases became the standard, everyone used file system to store data. You are probably already familiar with file system. Let's see how are we familiar with the file system. Let's just see it. um every time you save a word document, yeah, we have like almost all of us all of us have saved the word document, like for school project or college or for some other reason. Create a folder, yeah, surely we have created also folder on our computers, or store, yeah, or store a photo, yeah, we have done this as well. You are using a file system, okay, that's a file system. Okay, I got that. What but what exactly is the file system in the context of organizational data management? We will now find out the file system in this context. A file system is a traditional way of storing data. It's like the old way of storing data, where what happens is that different data is stored in different files, like different file format. For example, one data is stored in .txt file, another is this, and another in this. Each file contain like the data in the raw format. Like for example, if I type notepad.exe, just wait for that. Okay, let me go here, and if I type hi, hello, how are you, this is the like the raw form of data, right? And the another thing in file system is the files are like they lives or present in different directories or location. So this is the structure example of that. For example, we have this company and we have three departments in that. One is the human resources or HR department, another is the CS, and another is the finance. So the HR department store data in employee.txt and payroll. This extension. In this they store the data related to the employees, while this in this they store data related to the sales and stuff. So you can see only the HR department is able to modify and see this data. And same is the case for the CS department, they can access only student and graduates data. Same is case for finance. So right here you can see this might look organized at first glance, at first you can see it look organized. So what's the problem? Let's see. Each department has its own folder, each file serve a purpose, but we will see this seemingly simple approach actually create a massive problem in real world scenario. Okay, this creates some huge problems that we will discuss in a moment. So how file system work is first of all, We have some kind of data, like for example I have this data or some student related data, like for example student name this ABC student, roll number is equal to 111 and father name is XYZ. So this is the data, right? So what this is saying is the data is stored or written directly to file. Yeah, this is correct. I am writing this to this specific txt file. And the second one is data access. Application read from and write to specific file. Yeah, so we have this notepad file, and the notepad file is actually reading the data and modifying data to this specific .txt file. Yeah. Data processing. Each application has its own core function to manipulate data, like this notepad has its own function to do the changes and stuff with this specific data. Like I have pressed the control a, and then if I type control plus p, it will make it bold. And if I wanted to make it like the curve, I don't know what do I said, italics. Yeah, italics. See, it became italic. So these functions are defined in this notepad.exe program. See, this is what I said just now. On the surface this all seems reasonable. Organization have been using file system this way, yeah, this way, the what we just talked about, for decades. So what's the problem? Well, turns out there are many problems. Okay, serious problem. These are the problems. Let's just talk about them. So we have this case. For example, an organization grew up and their data needs become more complex. They have like more data now, and it's like very complex for them to use the file system, and it's like very painful. So let's see it with this let's see the first problem actually that file system causes for us, used to cause. Number one we have is the data redundancy or duplication, like having the same data multiple times, more than one times. The first major problem with the file system is that they encourage, almost force you to store the same information multiple times. But let's see why does this happen, like the same information but multiple times. It does not make sense for me. The same data, yeah, we know this. Okay, example, in this CS department has a file student.txt with student name and IDs of, for example, this is the student.txt file. Graduate office, the another office like the graduation office in the university has another file which is called graduate.txt that contain also the same information. So both contain the same information, right? Yeah, we do know it takes the storage and increasing maintenance, because if I wanted to edit something in this file, I will just do that, but I also need to do that in this file as well, so that the data matches. So if I only uh, fix or correct something in this and leave this as it is, it will create confusion which one is correct and which one is not. This is the first problem, like redundancy, having the same data multiple times. Another problem we have is the data inconsistency. Am I live? Let me check. um yeah, I am live. Perfect. Let's talk about this data inconsistency. Data inconsistency is natural and inevitable. Ineva- Inevitable. Bro, how do I pronounce this guy? What? Inevitable. Inevitable. What does this mean? Let's find out the easy word for this. Inevitable, inevitable, inevitable. Oh yeah, impossible to avoid or evade. Okay, so you cannot escape this data redundancy. If the same information exists in multiple places, what happens is that that information needs to change. This is the exact scenario. This. So this is the same example I told you over here. If we change info in this and leave this as it is, both will have different data. Let's just see this. So in student.txt we have this guy, a student with this measure, and the timetable for this that guy and that subject is this. And same, you can see the in the graduate it's the same, but after teacher updates the timetable in the student.txt, this is the same, this is the same, this just gets updated like from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. And you can see the teacher did not update it, and he actually cannot because the graduates.txt is with the graduates office. So the teacher has this separate file and the graduate has this separate file, so he can only access and change this file as he did, and he left this the outdated, like he did not change the time over here. So now we have to say two different file with the two different data. You can see right here two files have different time for the same student. It creates confusions. So you cannot actually like it does the automatic synchronization does not happen in this case. This is totally different file and this is totally different file, so you have to manually do it in this and also in this. Okay, imagine, yeah, we just understand that. Next we have is some tight coupling of data in function. What is this, bro? Now let's talk about a more technical problem that might not be immediately obvious but became a huge headache for developers and IT department. The operator, what this mean in simple term, the operator or function you can perform are built into a specific application. Oh yeah. So what this is the notepad application, right? And if I select all of them and what I do is I can make no, this is like, yeah, so I know the shortcut about this. So if I press the control plus p, it will make it bold, and if I type the control plus I, it will make it like this. So these are function defined in this specific application. You have a word file, yeah. To make text word you need Microsoft Word application, yeah. We do know that the make bold function is part of the word, not the data itself, yeah. That's what I am telling you. So if you want to use the same data with the same bold looking thing, look like a structure, you will also need to make that function somewhere else. So it just means in simple term, the data is not truly independent or reusable because we have applied the bold function, for example, yeah. And if we wanted to use that same data that we applied the bold function to in the notepad or ms word, we cannot use the same structure or data somewhere else. So over here you can see every new application that needs to work with your data has to be built from scratch with its own set of functions. So we cannot reuse the same data and same structure in other applications. Another one is data isolation, because data is like scattered across scattered um scattered like messed up kind of, I think. Let's see over here. Yeah, having lacking a definite or specific pattern, like that's messed up, because data is messed up across a different file in different format, and each file is like each file of the data is like tightly coupled to specific application. So in simple term, it means data is like the, data is scattered or messed up across many files in different format, yeah, because of the different function and different structure. Think about trying to generate a report that requires information from 5 different departments, each using different files format. It becomes a nightmare of data extraction, conversion, and manual compilation. But at least with the isolated data, you can theoretically access it if you try hard enough. So having different format makes it data isolate. The main point over here is this. And the next one, we have no data integrity enforcement. Okay, what does that mean? Here's a scary thought. In a file system, there's nothing stopping someone from entering completely invalid data. So when you put a wrong invalid data or invalid format of data in a file system, it won't stop you, or neither it will give you any error. But in the modern one, it will give you some kind of error like this. Hey, that does not make sense. We need it in a like specific format. So file system are basically dumb storage container. Cool, yeah. Nothing prevents invalid data. Yeah, this is the main point. A students as is stored in ABC instead of number. Oh yeah, this is like I can just like I did over here. Instead of writing not this one, yeah, like this. If I type student, since we need a number for that, like 11, 12, 18 or anything, I just type some random text, and it did not stop me or give me any error. So that's the problem in this. It should told me that you need, instead of this, can I make it like, no, I cannot. See, I don't have another function that I wanted to use right now, and let me actually show you that one as well. So first of all, I need to open the sticky notes. Bro, what? I think it's because I don't have enough storage. Yeah, it's because of that. So let me just delete whatever is in the recycle bin, like this. Bro, what? The recycle bin is already empty. So what do I do now? Maybe I should delete something from the download folder. Ah yeah, I do have some files over here. Oh, no, this not this one. You 5M this yeah. Let me delete it from the recycle bin as well. Yeah, now I have like a free space of 92 MB, so I can peacefully access my data. So let me move it over here and actually create a new file over here and remove this. I'm trying to show you another function that is like very specific to this notepad dot these sticky notes actually. So see, I have like I wanted to zoom but I cannot, and in this I can like do this, and this is one function. And what I wanted to do is, instead of it telling me this is the wrong format, you have to put some number. It should instead tell me like you have to put like not this, like this or any age. See, we have another function which is the like the line on the text, and I don't know if we can do in this or no, but I don't know we can do it in this. So uh no data integrity informs, like they don't check the data. And this was a different format. Like if I copy this over here, hopefully I won't see. Yeah, I see, I don't see any that line on this thing. So it was only specific to that sticky note, and we cannot see it here. Another one we have is, yeah, so a date is written as 32/13 2026. We don't have this, so it's invalid date. It also don't check the data integrity. These are like different um examples. Another one we have is concurrent access problem. What it means in simple term is, okay, let's just do this. In today's world, multiple people often needs to access and modify the same data at once, but file system don't give this feature. What it means in simple term, multiple user cannot safely access the same file at once. So over here you can see we have this file right here. Let me actually store it on desktop. Save as text file. and on the desktop with this name. Yeah, so now we can see this is the file, and what is going on is that only right now at once I can open this file, and if I change the roll number from this to this and save that, and then another teacher opened the same file and he just uh, thought that this is the incorrect roll number, he will just do this, and what happens that I actually lost my data that was this. So that's the problem in this. In the example we have is we have this specific 10 a.m. Teacher A opens student.txt and sees John's grade or roll number, which is 85. Teacher B at this time open the same file and also see the grade, which is 85. Now at this time teacher A again open and changes the grade from 85 to 90 and save the file, and teacher B also open the file at this time and change the grade from 90 to 88 and save the file. Now what happens is that teacher A's update 90 is lost and the final grade will be 88. So this is called lost update problem, and you can see it says over here serious issue in multi-user environment. Teacher A's was just vanished because the file system has no mechanism to handle concurrent modification. The next one we have is the security issue, which is like there is also a question of who should be allowed to see or modify data in the first place. So when organizations store sensitive information like student grade, employee salary, medical record, you need fine grained control over who can access what file. So file system don't actually do this work very well. Yeah, so in file system, like for example we have this, either we can read all of the data or we actually don't or read. Like you cannot let any person that will only open this specific file and is able to read only this specific student name. He will either read this or don't read it at all. That's what it means. Another problem, yeah, it also says how to find out who access and change the data or anything in a specific file. Another one we have is no backup and recovery. Our final major problem with file system is the this one. Like for example, when something goes wrong, or like let's say a hacker take over my computer and deleted all over my files, so I will not be most probably able to recover this file, and I will have to get all of the student information again, which is like very hard and very difficult. So it has no automatic backup. If data gets corrupted, you lose everything, and all of these stuff. Okay, so you understood. We actually had two different approaches. One was the file system, which we covered, and we also saw all of the problem that it used to cause, and then now we have the database. Let's discuss about that. So by the 1970s, computer scientists recognizes that this file system problem weren't like not normal, they were like barriers to effective data management. And the organization that were growing bigger and their data becoming more big and complex and like interconnected. This was a bad solution for that. So they some introduces the database system thing. Let's talk about that one now. A database is structured like a properly formatted, organized collection of data. Yeah, so it has the data, but it's in the proper formatting and organized way. And I don't know what this like the database management system software handle. Let me find out what this mean. Like paste this and let me press window plus H. And what's the use of DBMS or database management system? Like why do we even use that? I know about like it's clear to understand organized structure in database, also centralized, like it's stored in one place. But what's the use of DBMS? Let's find it out. Bro, just give us answer. Yeah. I don't understand that, so I will just say I don't understand that, so I need that in simple term. Okay, imagine you run a small online store without DB database management system. Just regular multiple people, just regular files, multiple people working at once. You are updating a product price. Your colleague is also updating the same product price at the same time. Data gets messed up. Wrong price shows. Only one person. Okay. So you mean with the DBMS, only one person at a time can change or modify the data, not multiple user, or what do you mean by that? Let's see the another problem. While it answer us, you have this much customer record in a file. We have this much customer and their file. Customer call asking for their order. So you have to search through all this much record manually. It will take so much time. So with the DBMS, you will just use a smart search, like a search bar kind of. Like if I press Control plus F, here I will just type anything. um, for example, I want to find out the word smart. So you can see I have the word smart over here and we have it in here. So that's what it's talking about. Third problem is anyone who opens the file. Yeah, it also fixes this. Yeah, it's two people working or editing the same product at the same time. Person A start editing wants to change it. Person start at the exact time want to change. DB what DBMS does? Okay, so when person A start editing that specific product, it will be temporarily lock uh, on that specific D will put like a lock, so the person B will not be able to access or whatever, but will not be able to update the price. So you mean multiple people can work at the same time, but for example you want to update the price of a specific product and two people wants to update the product price at the same time for the same product. For person A, let's say person A first click on the update price, and what happens is that during only that till he not actually click on the apply button, the person we won't be able to update the price or what. Yeah, I know this. Okay, it will just show them like this message till the person A clicks on changes the price and clicks on OK and confirm the new price. Until that the person B won't be able to change the price. Okay, let's understand this with the example now. We have a university database and we have these different things. One is the student table actually, where it store all of the student information like the student ID, name, major, enrollment date, for course ID, course name, instructor, and these names. So we actually have one this table, another we have this, and another we have this. Notice how this is fundamentally different from the file system structure we saw earlier. Yeah, it is different. Instead of scattered file, we have organized and tables. Instead of duplicate data everywhere, we have a relationship between tables. Okay, so we don't have actually the student information over here. So in enrollment table what we did is we use the student ID, which is a unique which will be a unique ID for each student. When we use that, it will get all of this data. Same is the case for course ID. Yeah, so how actually does it solve this problem is now come the exciting part. Seeing how database systematically solve every single problem we identify. Okay, so these are the problems that file system has, and this database system fixes those problems. The first one, we had the redundancy, like having the same data multiple time at multiple places. Now in this database system, since it's the root cause of so many other problems, how do database avoid storing the same information multiple times? Solution: store each piece of data only once. So instead of student.text has student info, graduate has student info, this is duplicate. What we did in database, one student table. So they have one student table and one graduate table instead of different files. So there is now no. All right. So the graduate table just uses the student ID just as a reference. As we just talk about this, like they use that like this in the graduate dot table. So when we use this, it will when there is specific ID, it will go to that specific student ID and get the information. All right. This is called normalization. Normalization. And it's one of the fundamental principles of good database design. By storing each fact exactly once and using a reference, like okay, the reference, this thing is called the foreign key, to connect related information databases, eliminate redundancy. Okay, so they just put one information in student table at once, while when they need the same student information in graduate table, they just use the foreign key of the student. So whenever it needs the student information, it uses this foreign key to get the student table for a specific student. Okay, now in previously when we used to when we change a data in one file, the other will just left with the outdated data. Now in database, what happens is that when you updates, like for example the Jones timetable, what will happen is that database immediately reflect change, like it's automatic update. There are like not many different file, it just uses the table and use the foreign keys and stuff. The another one is data independence. Remember how the file system tightly coupled data with the applications that use them. Database practice coupling in a fundamental way. Separate data from application. Multiple application can use the same database. So I think it means more like let me actually, this is, let's say this is the DB, which is the database, and we have one application over here, one over here, and one over here. So if this application need any data, it will just get it from here, and if this specific application need data, it will get it from here, and same is the case for this. So it's like not specific to a specific application, it just get the data from over here. And you can see over here we can reuse the data across different programs, like in this over here. So how it gets the data from this uh, to like this is because of the SQL query or this standard query language. It This is the guy or this is the guy or operation that help us in getting the data from database to the application. So we may for example we may make a web application. The SQL query will get the data from the database to our web application. Okay, Another one was the data integrity enforcement. Over here what we did was here, so we type these random character ABC character in front of student age. Instead we should have put it should have given us some error uh, to this is the invalid format. You should type like this or this or this, any age in the file system. Now in this database system, the what it does is when you type this specific thing in front of student age, it will give you error and say this is the invalid format. You have to give the data in a proper valid format. It will then ask for a valid format. When you enter it, the error will just vanish. Okay, where we left, let us go there. Yeah, here. So this is the age rules, and there are like specific rule you make in database. So we type something like this age and check if the age is greater than 0. It will be on the correct format. Just greater than 0, not even 0. If you type the 0, it will give you error. Or instead you type ABC or any character, it will also give you error. You just need to type 1, 2, or like any age. Same is the case for the student ID must not be null or empty. You have to put the student ID. So that's how it works, kind of. Okay, we have so many remaining. Yeah, and this is where database really shine. They are specially designed to handle multiple user accessing and modifying the same data simultaneously, something that causes chaos in file system solution transaction and locking mechanism. Like we understood over here, um, like editing the product price 2% at the same time for the same product. It will put the temporary lock, and once the person do the update of the price, only after that the person B will be able to do it. This just mean that so the let's just teacher has start updating John's grade or price for a specific product. So database just log that record or the product. Teacher B tries like after a minute tries to update the data for the same student. The database will tell the teacher B to wait because already this teacher is doing it. When this teacher are done with it, only then a teacher B will be able to do the upgrade or updates. Another one we have is where file system offer like oh yeah, so it was like either you see all of this information or you actually don't say anything. So this is where it will only let you to, like for example, you want to let the another person only see this edge student edge. The database system management let us do this thing. Where a file system offer like all or nothing, database provides surgical precise in controlling fine grained like specific permission. Grant select on like it just means student can only see their own grades. or if I copy paste this, so this student can only see its own information while this can see its own information. And bunch of these stuff. And the next one is backup and recovery. So in the file system there was no recovery. Now let's just see what happens is, unlike file system where data lost can be catastrophic, destructive, Ca- catastrophic can be destructive, and permanent databases are designed with disaster recovery as a core feature. Automatic backup and so it just the database make automatic backup, and it also logs. You set when you want to, like if you have used WhatsApp, it give you an option to you know backup of your take the backup of your messages and everything you do in WhatsApp, either daily, never, or once a week, or a month, or never. So it's your choice. You have to set that once, and it will do the backup on that specific time and date, whatever you type. So it does also track the logs. Like if I, for example, uh, change the student roll number from this to this, it will tell me the person I am, the person, it will show my name that I have changed the roll number for this student from the original to this. I can even show you the example of this transaction log. For that I need to open my Discord first of all. um Wait a minute. Yeah, I need to, first of all, let me just open Discord first. So yeah, just wait a bit. um yeah, hopefully you can see my screen. So this is Discord, and what I wanted to do is, if I am this person, so if I make any changes, like for example this is another person, and I wanted to give a specific okay, I don't have any roles. So what I will do is just go and change some formation for this channel, like this. I'm just doing some changes, okay, and let's go for this. Yeah, so if every person, I don't know if you understand Discord or no, but yeah, I'm just making this option for everyone who join my Discord server. They will be able to see this specific channel, now this text channel. And if I do it like this, they won't be able to. So before it was on the cross. Now let me just make it tick so they will be able to see it. Yeah, now what we gonna do is it recorded this change that I did. So for that I need to go to audit log. So what's that? Okay, I need to close this. Yeah, so you can see over here the time is 3:49 p.m. and this is the same time, and this person did some update for this specific channel. So if I click on that, you can see over here the first one, reset up permission for everyone. I did some changes, and you can see over here for everyone I have granted the permission to view the channel. That's what the auditing and stuff means. And yeah, we are done with that. So we already covered that in detail. Maybe we should, or later in tomorrow, I hope I do the practical of this as well. If we I will just let you know. And I actually made a cheat sheet to remember all of this information, which is this. And let me actually go here. Can I download it? Yeah, let me download it first of all, like this. Okay, why is this white? We cannot see. Let me just show it over. So the file system is like chaos, data is everywhere, the redundancy and stuff. The security is also broken. Either people can see all out with the information or nothing, and nobody can access the same file at once, while in the database it's in one place, centralized, automatic update. When you change in a specific table, it will automatically update. Everything is connected. So you can see database exists because the file system created a massive huge problem for the organization. And these are the problem: redundancy, error in lost update actually, and data inconsistency, like different data in different file. The specific function, like over here the minus line thing, isolation, scattered mess of data, trash data allowed. We like for the age we did over here, putting some random text over here, not this but like this. And recovery, the backup thing, there was no any backup in it. And it's also insecure, weak access control chaos. Or also, if you want to remember all of these, this guy just made it like this: red citric, like the citric acid, if you know about that. Red citric. So r mean redundancy, e mean errors, loss of data, and d mean data inconsistency, which becomes red. And these all form the citric, citric. So if you remember this and just memorize these, you will just easily find out the problem that the file system causes. So these are all of the problem. Again, these are the problem. These are the bad example of the file system, and these are the fixes that database fix. And yeah, so these are just example and stuff. So what I can do now is I will just publish this as artifact, so you can access that if you want. Yeah, I have copied the link, and just see this link and paste it in your browser, and you will be able to access this specific file. Let me again just take screenshot from this, take screenshot like this, and give it to AI, and AI will just extract this URL and just copy that and paste it over here. I hope this makes sense. I will hopefully see you tomorrow.